So you're a real estate investor and you're looking to get your website ranked so you can actually get motivated sellers organically inbound from your website. Well, this is the greatest thing to achieve as a real estate investor once you actually get there. It's a long road ahead, but if you're looking to do it yourself, this is the video to watch. So I appreciate you clicking on the video. This is going to be the most informational video you will ever see when it comes to real estate investor SEO. So without further ado, let's get started. It's going to be a not entertaining video at all. It's going to be very long, and I'm just going to keep it very, very informational and basic. So, for example, here is my personal website on where it's at, how it's doing, and just overall everything about it. So if you look up Sell My House Fast, Sioux Falls in our local area, we're a local area of 250,000, 300,000 people, and we rank very, very well, and we do a lot of deals from it. Now, if you, as you can see here, you scroll on the page, we run PPC as well, which is another great thing to support your SEO, along with your Google Business Profile. We have 83 reviews. That definitely helps when we get some leads in, and it definitely helps with a lot of credibility, as well as our website sitting at the top for a lot of different keywords. That's the goal. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that you hit every single touch possible. When it comes to organic SEO, you want your homepage or your top level market to be able to rank for as many keywords as possible in your local area that a motivated seller would actually look up. And this is very possible. Now, we do 2 to 3 deals every single month from this, even in a low area that I would consider, of 250,000, 300,000 people. You wouldn't think you'd do that many deals with it. I'm telling you, if you become the guy or girl in your market that is the person when it comes to a premier cash home buyer in your local area, I promise you will get the same results if you do exactly what I tell you to do. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first step on what we're going to do when it comes to getting your website actually ranked. Let's see here. So the first thing is going to be find a web hoster. Now, there's a lot of web hosters out there that you can use, right? There's Carrot, WordPress, now Grumpy Hair, and all these other places. Now, personally for me, I run all of my clients' websites as well as my own using Carrot. Now, if you don't know what Carrot is, it's basically an all-in-one development website creator for just real estate investors, right? It is super easy because if you build a WordPress website, this can get very, very confusing. There's development involved, there's design that you have to do, there's all sorts of stuff. And yeah, they come with templates, but it's just not the same as Carrot, right? I mean, I'll show you an example of a cookie cutter website that we made from Carrot. This is right out the box. I haven't edited it yet or anything like that. I just added a domain to it just for an example. And this is what it looks like. I mean, it's very, very nice. You can completely set it up your own way. And so I think it'll be a great tool if that's the way you want to go down. Now, the link will be below. It's my affiliate link if you want to support the channel and use Carrot. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever on an actual sponsorship basis, but I support them because I know their product is amazing and I actually promote products that actually work. So that's the first thing is if you're a real estate investor and you don't know a lot about development, web design, anything like that, Carrot is going to be your go-to. It literally is an all-in-one, one-stop shop. It's going to save you hours and hours and hours of time. We do it for all of our clients as well as ourselves, so take it from me. Now, step 2, you need to build a strategy. Now, this is where it comes down to the idea of, okay, how do we want to set up this website? Now, everybody, naturally, when they first come across SEO, they're like, well, why don't I just rank through my whole state? Or why don't I just rank throughout the whole country? The problem with that is there's too much competition out there for us to actually do this in a budget-wise manner, if that makes sense. If you try to actually rank a website nationwide, it's possible. There's people who have done it, but you need so much knowledge or you need to pay somebody a lot of money to do it. So if you're a local wholesaler just like me and just like all of my other clients, I would just highly recommend trying to rank your website in the biggest metro area in your state that you're closest to or that you do most of your deals. If you do most of your deals in a town, 250,000 people just like me, I promise you, you're going to make the most money with the website being in this area. If I tried to rank it in Florida and Arizona and all these other places, I promise you, we would not do as many deals as we do just because we know the market here like the back of our hand and you can really build a brand by doing your backyard. So that's the first thing that I would recommend is choosing your backyard as a strategy. Now, this is where it gets a little more difficult. Florida, California, all these places where there's so many different metro areas throughout the whole process. That's a whole different setup, which is a little too advanced for today. I just want to go through the basic steps, and I have a lot of other videos on my YouTube channel if you want to go ahead and watch them. And I will be linking all the videos in depth talking about all these steps in the description too, if you want to check that out. I have a step-by-step masterclass in the description if you really want to go deep dive. So we're going to build our strategy, and I'm going to start off with something of the sort of choosing a metro market. You want to be the guy just in one metro market. Don't try to go and rank for other metro markets. Like if you're in Florida, I don't recommend trying to rank for Orlando, Jacksonville, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, all these places, Tampa. You try to build a website that includes all these places. I promise you, you're gonna spend so much money on this website that it's going to be almost not worth your time, right? Even though it works, believe me, but it's going to take so long. That a website like that almost takes up to 2 years for it to actually become fruitful, and you're going to be spending a lot of money and time and energy doing that. So why not just choose your backyard where you can get ranked within 6 to 9 months and become the guy or girl, right? Become the premier cash home buyer. So that's my recommendation right away. Build a strategy. Okay, so we're going to choose our local metro market. Now, what do you do from there? So now you chose your metro market. Say that we chose a metro market of, let's see here, Portland, Oregon. Completely random. Let's do Portland, Oregon. We choose Portland, Oregon, and we want to rank in Portland, Oregon. Now, what you need to do is you need to analyze your competition. Now, this really comes down to keyword research. And obviously, as a real estate investor, you don't really have to do much keyword research because you want to rank for just the keywords that motivated sellers are looking up. So this isn't really a thing that you have to do. Typically, if you can rank for sell my house fast, sell my house cash, cash home buyers, right? Just all these random keywords, that's the best. But typically the first keyword I'm trying to rank for right away with my homepage in our top level market is sell my house fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do sell my house fast, Portland. And just see what comes up. So here we are. So we now have Sell My House Fast Portland. We have Google Business Profile, which is a nationwide company over here. And now, as you can see, we have a lot of competitors here, right? The top 3 people are going to be homepages. And this kind of further emphasizes my point as far as being on your homepage and picking a strategy in one local market. Like if these people tried to rank for Portland and all these other places in Oregon, if there's other big metro cities there too, it's going to be a lot more difficult because all your competitors are using their homepage. You have to compete with this. So you have to just pick one metro market, pick your backyard market, and call it a day. You're going to make, even a place like mine, 250,000 people, you're going to make way more money just doing this, I promise. So you're going to go through these top 3 people, and pretty much you're just going to click on their website. And you're going to try and understand, okay, what's going on with these websites? How long are they? Maybe what do they have in their website? And really what it comes down to with this is you want to analyze the top 3 people for the keywords sell my house fast in whatever location you're in. And what this is going to do is it's going to develop a blueprint for you as far as how you need to make your actual website. Now, I use a Chrome extension called SEO Quake. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can kind of see it. SEO Quake, if you click on it, it's going to give you all the page info of the property. It's a free Chrome extension. And so basically what you do is it's going to give you the word count, how many times they use the word, the density, which is a huge factor in trying to rank. So basically what you need to do is you just need to figure out how many words they have on the page and how many headers they have on the page. Obviously, if you want to go even more in-depth in competition analysis to get ranked even better, the link below in the description is a 1-hour video of me analyzing competition only. So watch that video if you want to watch more, but this is the very basic rundown of it. You find how many words they have and how many headings they have, right? So I use SEO Pro extension by Marketing Syrup. I gotta go over here. SEO Pro extension by Marketing Syrup, and it's gonna tell you how many headings they have, right? So say they have 18, 28, 33, 34, 35 headings. So that's the number 2 guy has 35 headings, right? This person has 22, 23, 40 headings. Okay, so we're seeing somewhat of a thing here. So we have 40 headings. Now we have 29, 30, 35. So you're seeing a thing here. So now on average you could say around 35 to 40 headers all of your competitors have. Now how many words do they have? So the number 2 guy here has 3,300 words. The number 1 guy has 5,700, which is a lot. Just letting you know that isn't completely normal. And then we will go to this guy, 1,200. So I picked a tough one. This is all over the place. This isn't usually normal. Usually you find some people where they're within at least 1,000 to 1,500 words within each other. Now, what I would do in a situation like this, and it's actually probably a good example because you can really see, okay, what do I do here? Well, the one thing you need to know is they all average around 35 to 40 headers, right? And what you want to do is you only want to use header 1s and header 2s, right? Because this is what Google is going to actually scrape. And this is another lesson in some other of my videos, but headers are very important. So just make sure you have at least 35 to 40 headings on your website. Now, when it comes to word count, we have 1,200 words. Now we have, let's make it exact here, 1,243, 5,760 for the number 1 guy, it looks like, as well as 3,294. Now, what I would do in a situation like this is I would just analyze and see, okay, well, averaging out, I would honestly be the guy who's going to beat this number 2 guy. This guy's at 3,300. This person might be just a little bit over-optimized, in my opinion. I think that's just a little too much, and that can hurt you in the long run, so don't do that. Don't look at this as a sign of success. I would consider it just a little bit of luck involved, but if it was me, I'd probably chase for 35 to 4,000 words, and how I found that was just the average of all 3 of them roughly, right? 1,200 words, 6,000 words, 3,000 words. Let's just beat that number 2 guy. Just over-optimize that number 2 guy. That way we can get close to that number 1 guy. We don't want to over-optimize. I promise you're not going to need any more than 4,000 words unless your SERP calls for it, meaning search engine results page, because everyone is different for each metro market. So just because I'm doing this idea for Portland, don't take these stats. You need to analyze your own competitors in your own market. So that's competition analysis. So now you have your blueprint. Okay, I need to have 35 to 40 headers, and now I need to have 3,500 to 4,000 words. Okay, now we have that. So we have our blueprint. Now, what are we going to put within those words? What are we going to actually write? Now, this comes with content creation. Now, coming with this is an entire video I also made, 1 hour long, that will also be in the description if you want to go further in depth with this, but it's very simple. You just simply need to use entities, LSI keywords, and the keyword density that these people match, right? So for example, if these people use the word sell 1.5% of the time, these people use, I don't know what that is. This is kind of weird. I think that's an error. But say, for example, now they use 1.3% of the time. So on average, I would probably want to use the word sell about 1.4% of the time, 1.5% of the time. And notice how this person has 3,300 words, and this person has 1,200 words, and he or she has basically more density of using the word sell based out of their content. So 1.5% of the time, this person's using the word sell out of all of their 1,200 words, right, is basically what that means. And this person is 1.3. That's why if you stay within your word count average and you keep your density there, it's going to be very, very easy from there. You just have to make sure you just match up with the SERP. Fit in like a pack of sardines with all these people. You don't want to go way too high and you don't want to go way too low. Fit in like a pack of sardines. That way it's just going to make your life a lot easier later on. So that's another thing. So then just make sure you have the words, sell, house, fast, cash. Like you go through all these: house, cash, sell, fast, offer, buy, Portland, right? Property, selling, fair. Go through all of these keywords that these people have. You can tell they all have kind of roughly the same: home, sell, cash, Portland, house, selling, right? Whatever the case may be. Go through all of these words, see exactly what type of words they have as far as just regular keyword density words, and that'll be good. Now what I would do is if you were looking for entities, what I would do is I would go to textraiser.com. Let's see if this works for me today. So I'm going to go ahead and try the demo. Basically what this does is this pulls entities from everybody's website. Now, what entities are is basically people, places, things from an actual website. And the thing is, Google scrapes these like crazy. You need to have as many entities as possible without going too far or too overboard, because Google uses these entities as a major algorithm pusher in being relevant. Because at the end of the day, if our website is relevant and credible at the same time, we're going to crush it, right? We're going to absolutely crush it. So going in here, I'm basically, let's actually choose a different guy. Let's go over here. This one's kind of, I like this one. So let's go, because this one's going to be honestly the one that we're going to probably end up closest to in the end. And the design's not bad either. So I just copied and pasted the whole, I just copied the whole website. I'm literally going to paste it in here. In text register, this is also free. I like to keep my, marketing dollars lean. So we're going to analyze this, see what happens. Now what it's going to do is it's now going to show you all of these entities. Notice how all of these entities were also the ones that were being used in here. Right? And so now you're starting to see the hint of what words we need to use, how many times we need to use the words, as well as what entities we need to add. You just simply pull it from here, right? Cash, Portland, right? Cash, Portland. Right? Real estate. This is the second. This is where you also need to pull. And what I like to do is I would highlight this, and then I also have a Chrome extension called Scraper, where you can just click Scrape Similar. And it, I need to reload this page. I'm not going to do that because I'm recording. I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, we're just going to, you just download Scraper, and you'll be able to scrape all of these at once instead of you actually having to physically write them down. So with that being said, we're going to go back to, actually, we're going to go this way, Sell My House Fast Portland, and we're going to go to images. Now, why am I going to images? Well, basically, as you can see here, you got all these words above these images right here. Now, what are these? These are entities and LSI keywords that are related to the content. If you stick all these words in the content, or as much as possible, obviously don't include the company name, all the other company names, but if you include these words, promise you're going to do very, very well. So we have cash offer, cash buyers, repairs, home buyers, realtor, estate agents, real estate, right? Property Max, which is also another company name. But get as many as you can through all these different keywords, like Sell My House Fast Cash, cash home buyers, all these different keywords. Pull as many of these keywords as you can off of the images, and this is going to pretty much give you everything you need to know. So now you have SEO Quake. You see how many times your competitors density-wise are using the keyword. Now you pulled your entities from TextRaiser, and now you also have all the LSI keywords from your images. Great. Now you have everything you need to do to write your content. So pretty much what you do from here is you can literally go, I'm not going to do this today. If you also want to see a video on content creation, there's a 1-hour video also in there of me physically making content. Now, pretty much with this, you don't have to get too crazy with it. You simply just make the content within ChatGPT to start, right? We're not just going to use ChatGPT's content and then send it. You have to use that as a start just to let you know, okay, I need to use the word this many times. I need to have this many headings, right? You just simply, what I like to do is I like to ask ChatGPT, and I wrote it down in the notes actually. When writing content on ChatGPT, make your questions who, what, where, when, how, does, did, right? When you're typing in ChatGPT, you want to go ahead and, like I said, this is in the video of me showing how to do this step by step. But when writing your content on this, you want to say, who are the best cash home buyers in Portland? And then you can also tell it to say, this is going to be a paragraph for our website to make it sound like Portland Cash Home Buyers is the best company to work with in Portland using these keywords, right? And when I say use these keywords, you want to use cash. You want to use Portland. You want to use also estate agents. You want to use all these different words. So you want to write your content so you have your blueprint, 35 to 40 headers, 3,500 to 4,000 words. Great. Now we have our entities, our LSI keywords, and what words to actually use in it. So now you just go in ChatGPT and make your content, right? Make your content. And then in the end, just keep checking it. You can use SEO Quake to do this and just make sure you're at 3,500 words, as well as all the densities for all these different keywords match up with all of your competitors. Very simple. Very simple. The entities and LSI keywords are simply going to give you a boost. They're going to just give you a little bit of a boost above your competitors. As long as you have more of those, it's going to help you quite a bit. So that is pretty much content creation. Very, very simple. Now, what's the next thing you do? Because now you just have content and you have this bare bones website. Now, what you can do is you can get it designed from a professional designer. Now, if you send me a message or put a comment below, or I'll link my Instagram in here and you DM me, maybe I might just be nice enough to let you use my team to actually design the website if you're willing to pay just a little bit of money. That is also an option. I know there's not a lot of people that watch these videos to begin with, so if you watch this and you want to actually get your website professionally designed, I'll make sure you get a good deal, a lot cheaper than what you'd think it is. And so I'm just doing that just to be nice. I'm not doing that in any sense of profit in any way, because I know design for me sucked when I couldn't afford it. So as long as I can help somebody out there get their website designed, that's all I care about. So you have this, and now you have your content, and so you can put your content on the page after it's designed, right? So now you have your website. Great. Make sure you have a domain in place. Make sure you have everything you need. So like the basics are domain, and make sure you get indexed in Google Search Console, which I also have a video down to actually show you how to do that in the link below. Basically from here, now what we need to do is just basically make sure you just optimize the page. So now you have your content created. You have your domain hooked up. Hopefully you have it hooked up through Google Search Console, which is another whole thing. Just please watch the video. That way you know how to do it specifically if you don't know what it is. It's going to get your page indexed, meaning it actually shows up on Google, because a lot of people don't know when you click publish on a page or like an actual website builder, doesn't mean anybody's going to see it. You have to get it indexed, and then from there, that's when we start working on ranking. And so you have your content, you have everything there. It's hopefully indexed. Now what you can do is it's kind of doing its magic. Google's going to take a little bit to understand your web page, right? Now what you can do from there is you're going to create supporting content. What do I mean by supporting content? Basically now, what you're going to do is you're going to create another page in Carrot, and this is where it makes it so easy and why I love Carrot, is you're simply just going to make a duplicate page of the designed page, and you're going to make an article that you can also write with ChatGPT saying how to sell your house fast in foreclosure in Portland, Oregon, right? You can also say, how to sell your house, your flooded house fast in Portland, Oregon. How to sell your house fast in divorce in Portland, Oregon. And what you're going to do is you're going to make all these topics of why people would sell. This is technically called blog pages, but you don't need to write blogs every single day to get your website to rank. I've ranked many websites and I don't write any blogs for them at all. So you just make sure you have your supporting content. Then from there, you're going to take that content, link it back to your homepage. And then from here, down at the bottom, you're going to link to all of those actual supporting content pieces. So you're going to open up and you're just going to put the links down here at the bottom of the homepage. So now you have your content fully optimized. You have your domain hooked up. You have everything in place. Now you created your supporting content and linked out to your supporting content, because Google's going to see that and be like, wow, they prioritize this page. Now what's going to happen is you want to just set up your alt text. Now, what you do is I use the same SEO Pro extension for this, but basically what you can do is you can see as of right here it says alt text, and it's like, what is this right here, right? What is this? This is what we call alternative text, and basically this is made for Google if people were actually unable to see or were blind and they were looking at a website. They want you to describe the image as what it is. That way somebody, as if they were blind, could read it and see what's going on, right? That's the best way I can explain it. But what a lot of people don't know is there's a benefit. If you use keywords in your images, it's going to give you a ranking increase. So as you can see here, Carrot automatically did this for us. They automatically did this. How to sell your house fast for cash in Nashville. Step 3, we buy houses in any situation and close fast. I mean, this is just why I love Carrot so much. It literally does everything for you. This would take hours and days and months to get all this stuff figured out for each individual image. And it's so easy to just scale a website and make different pages with it. That's why I love Carrot so much, just deep down honesty. So then from there, you make sure all of your alt text, which in the Carrot editor makes it super easy, that they are using keywords. Now, obviously, I would change this, right? I would just make sure you're using keywords like sell your house fast in Nashville, cash home buyers in Nashville, when we're talking about Portland, Oregon, but how to sell your house fast for cash in Portland, Oregon, right? Or things like that. So that once you do that, you pretty much have a website that is at least going to hit the first page. If you do everything properly, if you do everything like I just told you. I know it's very confusing and I threw a lot at you. That's why I'm putting the very in-depth videos showing you step by step down in the description. I've already made those 1 hour long videos. I don't need to quite do it again. They took forever to make and I put a lot of value in there. Literally, I made a client's website on YouTube and recorded it and put it in the description. So go watch those videos. This is how to get your website ranking very, very well. So if you are interested in getting your website ranked, please watch those videos on YouTube, on my channel, link below, step-by-step masterclass for free. Literally me, like I said, ranking a client's website from start to finish. Now, this is the complete tutorial of literally the step-by-step how to get your on-page and your website developed to actually rank and get motivated sellers as real estate investors. Now, this may seem confusing to some of you. Some of you want to go ahead and do it yourself, and some of you don't. If you are the person who is like, "Del, this is super confusing. I don't know if I want to do this myself. I have a little bit more money than time right now. I need to spend my time on other things, or I need to prioritize my time on doing other things within my business." My link is below, marketingformotivatedsellers.com, where I do SEO, PPC, and Google business profiles for real estate investors all across the country with a lot of success, along with my own website. And that's why I believe in it so much, because we have so much success with it in our local area. Why can't everybody else be doing the same thing? So if you are interested, please click the link below, book a call with me, or apply now just to see if you are a good fit for us. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching the video. If you have any questions, please comment, or you can shoot me a DM. Like if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. It's going to help me out a lot. Thanks for watching.